Welcome to CS Tech Solution. Today is learn a UI UX designing course. Today is learn a transition from the paper to the digital wireframe. Paper wireframes and the prototype is a low fidelity, and the paper wireframes is a simple hand draw layout, and that is to show the structures of the screens using the basic shape and the text. And the paper prototypes is groups of the papers, and the wireframes is arranged to simulate how the users is move through the product. And creatives a way to make a paper prototypes, and as a pre-printed template, as a printed device is outlines that is save the times, and is help you to the sketch and the multiple screens consistently, and show the figure to as one wireframe to move as another wireframe through as a prototype to use, and as a move click and to move as another wireframes and show the figures as a index card, as each the card is represent one screens, and easy to arrange and remove or the replace during the brainstormings, and sticky notes as a quick flexible sketch for the ideas, and UI element, and the call out using the size and the colors, and stencil is pre-made tools with UI shape, and the icon that is help keep the sketch nets and consistent, and demo device as the phone shape is cut out or as a holder that as to show how the designs look at the real device scales. And transition to the digital wireframes, as a digital wireframes is a low details screen layout is made design tools, and that as the refine the papers ideas into the editables designs, and the low fidelities prototypes as the basic and the clickables versions of the product that has to show the flows and the attractions without visuals polish. And preparing to the prototypes in Figmas, and the user flows and the path the user takes to complete the task in the product, and the interactive element as button links field the users as click tabs or as a submit, and the wireframes mindset is a focus on the structures and the function, and not a colors image or as a final content. Let's show the figures of the home page, and the title bar is to gives, and the logos, and the application names, and the as a main offers of the hero content, and the schedules is gives, and the list of all the avatars, and the dog walkers near you, and creating a low fidelity wireframe, sorry, as a prototype in a Figmas as a key tab steps. As the first steps is create a wireframes in a Figmas. So the Figma's project, and a workspace where all your the screens and the designs is lives, and the frames tools is used to create a screen size, and the constraint of for each the app pages, and the device frame is a preset the screen size as a mobile tablet desktops, and that as to match, and the device are you designs force, and the custom frames, and the manual size the screens, and the create by the dragging the frame tools and show as the Figma screens and the files and the file inside to create as new designs files as to create. And shape tools as a basic shape as a rectangles, circles, as lines, and used to the built layouts element like the buttons and the cards and so the click on and select the frames size sessions and the slice and anyone to select as the phone, tablet, desktops and the presentations, watch screens and etc. And text tools as used to add labels and headings and the placeholder content to the wireframes. And wireframes is a low detail screens layout and that has to show the structures and the content placement and without visuals and the user flow layout and arranging the screens in ordered that as a reflect how the users is move through the apps and show the figure to the layout set and the frames is there and the page inside the many pages is added and after the wireframe inside the wireframes is so the all the shape and rectangles and icon and etc as used and after the show the figure inside the title bar has to show and the last tips of the trend your the dogs and the schedule as so and the list of all the dog walker near you. And step 2 as rename the wireframes and the layer panels sidebars that list all the frames and the element in your the designs and the frame name as labels as a home profiles and the settings and that is the identify the each the screens and why the remaining the matters as keeps your the prototypes is organized and the easy to the content and show the figures and the many wireframes as to show and the many wireframes and the give the labels as a frame names as a home. First is home page, second is schedule page, third is list of available dog walkers and the dog walkers profiles page and the confirmations of the bookings and the booking confirmations as to show the notifications and any as to show in a wireframes. And step 3 is move from the design steps to the prototype tabs and the design tab is used to build and the edit the visuals layout and the prototype tabs is used to add iterations and as a link screens together and the low friendliness prototyping modes is focus on the interactions and flows and not a visual police. And fourth step is connect a node and the node is a simple circular handles on the elements that is allow you to the click sorry as a link the screens and the interactive element is a buttons link and object users click on the tabs and the connections arrows as a line that is so where the users goes after the interacting with the elements and the landing the screen the users is after the clickings the attractive elements and so as circulars in schedules and the circular to move as to connect another wireframes and the scheduling to is, click and is move and after as run and click the schedule in moving the scheduling page wireframes. And step 5 to as a connect all the interactive element at the prototype flow is the complete the path of the user flows from the start to the finish and the screen to screen as the interactions and each the action lead the logical is to the next screens and the prototype audit is checking that every buttons or as interactions is lead some ways meaningful and dead and element in the interactive element with the no destinations and so the many screens users and all the screens is work with together and the connect in the one screen to the another screen. Thank you to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel on the notification and bell icon. Thank you so much guys to watch the videos.